The fitness landscape has shifted drastically over the decades. Somehow we went from silent real-life discipline to some of the cringiest shit you'll see on the whole internet. All thanks to modern fitness influencers, or just idiots with an internet connection and a camera in their pockets. So let's explore some of the worst modern trends, going from bad to absolute dog shit. Pump covers. There are two types of guys that enter through the gym doors. The first type comes into the gym with a hoodie, warms up, then takes the hoodie off, and then continues with the rest of the workout. And that's absolutely normal. It's just to get the body temperature up faster and get ready for big boy weights. But then there's type 2. They come into the gym with a shirt 3 sizes too big and don't take it off until the very end, just so they can reveal the loosest stringer underneath. And in my mind, there are only two explanations. It's either a massive insecurity and they can't stand looking at the mirror without a pump, or worse, they imagine that all eyes are on them and that the whole gym just can't wait till they can finally see their amazing physique. If it's the latter, I can promise that nobody cares or even notices the difference between a random guy without a pump and the same random guy with a pump. This seems to be a Gen Z thing, like most of these things on the list. And even though I'm from the same generation, putting on a quadruple XL shirt for lifting has never even crossed my mind. But I guess that isn't as bad as the opposite, wearing revealing clothes at the gym. Some chicks be showing up at the gym wearing a bra and tight shorts that go straight into the ass crack. Gyms are starting to look like Victoria's Secret shows. What happened to good old sweatshirt and a t-shirt? It's perfectly good gym attire to, come and better yourself. You're not going on a date and you're not at the beach, so it would be just awesome if you dressed accordingly. And I don't wanna be that guy, but it seems like most of these girls are just begging for attention. Which leads to another terrible trend that I will cover a little later. At least they don't just get straight up bullied, which I can't say for the victim weight. This one really pisses me off. Apparently, if you're under 200 pounds, you're considered victim weight. Honestly, this doesn't make sense to me. Imagine a short 180-pound athlete in excellent physical condition. He has no chance of hitting that weight unless he blasts a bunch of gear or gets fat. Then take a slightly fat tall guy who has never stepped a foot in the gym but easily hits over 220 on the scale. Now put them both in the ring and place your bets. Obviously, you're going to bet on the short guy because even though he's in the victim weight range, he's skilled, fast, and strong. Unlike the tall couch potato, it feels like this trend was created by a dude who can't control his caloric intake, or a guy whose critical thinking abilities have been reduced to chimpanzee levels from the amount of gear he's been ingesting. Yet this still doesn't match the split glazing. I feel like this one is pure ego, but luckily it's rarely in real life. Most of it happens on social media, where people strongly feel like they're superior to others. If you like to post your workouts online, beware, because apparently your split is shit and their PPL X Arnold is the best thing since sliced bread. It's really annoying, and unless your split is push, just ignore them. These trolls just don't comprehend a simple fact that everyone has different goals, and that achieving them takes different approaches. Like, why would a powerlifter try to follow a bodybuilding split for hypertrophy, or vice versa? Although it is doing too much, but it's not even close to the obsession over little things. Don't get me wrong, there are people taking lifting very seriously because it's either their career or a really serious hobby done at a professional level, and in those cases it's okay to obsess. But it's the people that train at an amateur hobbyist level. There is no reason to worry about which bicep exercise you're doing because of a tiny difference. What's worse is that most of the time, they haven't even done any research themselves. They just saw a YouTube short of some guy saying there's a 3% difference in bicep exercise A compared to B, whatever that's supposed to mean. It's cool to try to reach your full potential, but I can assure you that you're not seeing the difference between a standing lateral raise and a sitting one in the grand scheme of things. Just go to the gym, do compound exercises, eat, sleep, and repeat. That's it. Do it to the best of your ability, and for the first year or two of training, you're going to make crazy progress. Now, if you want to take it further and enter competitions, go ahead and obsess over it. But if you're not planning to go pro, keep it simple and save yourself the ball ache. Luckily, this one isn't cringe, which I can say for the corny gym brand sayings. I have seen some shirts with text on them that I would really like to unsee. Like this one time, I was at the gym and saw a guy wearing a shirt that said, "Don't bully me, I'll explode." It didn't say that exactly, but let's keep it YouTube friendly. Just like that, my day was ruined at 3 p.m. There are some that are not that bad, but just cringe. Ronnie Coleman evading taxes is funny in concept, but actually buying a shirt like that and wearing it in public is just something else. People are supposed to tell you lift by the way you look, not because your shirt says so. The supplements are probably even worse, but I kinda get the vibe they're trying to create. You'll be looking for a new tub of Pre and find some shit like Sigma Triple Tongue Power 2.0. You wanna get amped up before the gym, but you know you can't even take the shit in the public locker room. You gotta take your crack in the car where nobody can see you. The corny gym brats go hand in hand with taking the gym too seriously. People be talking about lifting weights like it's going to war, thinking they're the most hardcore, hard-working motherfuckers out there, when in reality you're lifting a clean barbell in an air-conditioned building. Why are we talking about a thing that we like doing like it's some huge grind? You're in the gym getting a good workout in, getting a pump, and I'm proud of you. It's a good habit, but at the end of the day, you're not in Iraq, you're not in China working in a fucking factory. The toughest thing in your day is hitting a set of squats to failure and hitting that subscribe button. Respect for going to the gym, but stop acting like it's such a hard thing to do. It's bad, but the gym Sigma grind set takes it one notch further. Who the hell do these people think they are? This started on TikTok with the whole real audios thing, and the forbidden pre, which is just looking at breakup texts or thinking about how your pet cat died 8 years ago for motivation, which is insanely cringe. But once you see a guy with a hoodie with the hood up, blasting sad music which you can hear through the headphones in real life, it just makes you wonder whether he's Albert or Einstein. Calling going to the gym villain arc is just diabolical. You realize that you spend like 8 hours at the gym per week tops. This is not an arc. This is a way of spending free time. This one will make you cringe, but the cringy influencers will make you want to bleach your eyes out. I'm specifically talking about the guys that put on weird masks or do random faces while flexing into the camera, with Brazilian funk playing in the background. God knows who inspired the first people to do this, but somehow just became a cool thing to do amongst all the 13-year-olds who really shouldn't even be allowed in the gym in the first place. There's really not much to say. The people following this trend are either trolling or really shouldn't have social media yet. It's probably the cringiest one out of all of them, but not as bad as the looks maxing. This is probably the most relevant one right now. It's been brewing for a long time. Starting out relatively harmless by just bettering your looks at the gym and taking simple steps to become more attractive, like skincare, grooming, fragrances, style, and so on. Then people like Ziz and other early 2010s fitness influencers came along and popularized taking the shortcut of gear and living a fast lifestyle with the main goal of getting as much huzz as possible. Ziz is one of my biggest inspirations, and this wasn't that bad yet, but in the last maybe 2 years, it has exploded and turned into a huge shitfest. Guys like Levicular are promoting shit like peptides or using hardcore drugs to suppress appetite, which is actually like mental illness level insane. And now thousands of young dudes are trying to imitate this really stupid behavior. At least this won't directly affect everyone in the gym, is what I couldn't say for the creep epidemic. Remember the revealing clothing thing? Well, there's a much darker side to that, and it's gym girl influencers. They put on the most noticeably out of place neon color gym clothes, set up a big ass tripod and a ring light, and then when a random person merely glances in their direction, they will clip it, put the caption "creep staring at the gym" and post that shit all over social media. It's literally insane how they expect that no one will look at them when they're doing the most out of place shit ever. Nowadays, if you go to the gym, you gotta be looking at your feet, because God forbid their camera captures one frame of you looking towards them and you're cooked. You can be doing nothing out of the ordinary and people will still look at you. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes though, they do catch actual creeps staring at them, and I think that public humiliation is a good punishment for them. But that's like 1% of the so-called creeps some women be posting on social media. At the end of the day, trends come and go, but one thing that remains is our desire to shape our bodies and minds for the better. So just filter out all the nonsense and go live some heavy circles. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.